After days of speculation, the White House has unveiled a 20-point plan to end the nearly 2-year Gaza war, secure the release of all the hostages held by Hamas, and lay out a vision for Gaza's future. Now, the US President Donald Trump, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, they announced a new peace plan for Gaza, urging Hamas to accept these terms. And the proposal calls for an immediate halt to hostilities, disarmament of Hamas, and gradual Israeli withdrawal from Gaza. Hamas is expected to release all hostages, living and deceased, within 72 hours of acceptance. In return, Israel would release hundreds of Palestinian prisoners, including women and children detained after October 7th, 2023. Hamas members who commit to peaceful coexistence and disarmament will receive amnesty or safe passage out of Gaza. The plan aims to demilitarize Gaza, making it free of terror threats, and rebuild it for the benefit of its people. Full humanitarian aid will flow into Gaza, with the Rafah crossing reopened under established mechanisms. Governance will be temporarily handled by a technocratic, apolitical Palestinian committee, overseen by an international body called the Board of Peace, chaired by Donald Trump and including figures like Tony Blair. Now, according to this proposal, a development plan inspired by successful West Asian cities will revitalize Gaza's economy. Gazans will have freedom of movement with no forced displacement. Hamas and other factions will be excluded from any kind of governance, and all military and terror infrastructure will be dismantled under international supervision. Now, Trump called this plan a historic day for peace during a joint press conference with Benjamin Netanyahu, who pledged his support for this plan, saying it aims to achieve their war objectives.
I also want to thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for agreeing to the plan and for trusting that if we work together, we can bring an end to the death and destruction that we've seen for so many years, decades, even centuries, and begin a new chapter of security, peace, and prosperity for the entire region.
I support your plan to end the war in Gaza, which achieves our war aims. It will bring back to Israel all our hostages, dismantle Hamas's military capabilities, end its political rule, and ensure that Gaza never again poses a threat to Israel.
Now, Hamas is yet to give its judgment on the proposal that Trump unveiled, leaving uncertainty swirling around the fate of the 20-point plan to end the war. The two leaders warned that Israel would finish the job against Hamas if it rejects the deal. Trump said that Israel would have his full backing to do so if Hamas did not accept the deal.
But if Hamas rejects your plan, Mr. President, or if they supposedly accept it and then basically do everything to counter it, then Israel will finish the job by itself. This can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way, but it will be done.
Israel would have my full backing to finish the job of destroying the threat of Hamas, but I hope that we're going to have a deal for peace. And if Hamas rejects the deal, which is always possible, they're the only one left.
And there's more on this from our correspondent Susan, who sends us this report from New York.
President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu stood together in Washington unveiling a new U.S.-Israeli peace plan for Gaza. But it's not entirely in Hamas's court to decide. The plan hinges on an immediate ceasefire, full hostage return within 72 hours, the demilitarization of Gaza, and the replacement of Hamas governance with an international technocratic authority. Trump said Israel will have full U.S. backing if Hamas rejects the terms. Hamas claims it has received the proposal through Qatari and Egyptian channels. They have not agreed. Bottom line, with Israel and the United States aligning on the plan, all eyes are now on Hamas, whether or not it'll accept, reject, or call for modification. And essentially, the fate of the war hangs in this decision. Susan Tahrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.